Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Earth's Dose of Dharma. This is your dose of Dharma for today. So I'd like to share one sutta with all of you. This is from the Anguttara Nikaya, chapters of 4, sutta number 3. This is the Pattamaka Sutta. Pattamaka means main, that means injured, something like that, injured. So the Buddha says that if a fool, he has 4 qualities that he maintains himself in an injured and a maimed condition. That means an injured condition. It is blameworthy, subject to reproach by the wise, and generates a lot of unwholesomeness. So what for? So number 1, without investigating and scrutinizing, he speaks praise of one who deserves this praise. Number 2, without investigating and scrutinizing, he speaks dispraise of one who deserves praise. Number 3, without investigating and scrutinizing, he believes a matter that merits suspicion. That means a matter in an issue that is supposed to believe, he has suspicions for it. Then number 4, without investigating and scrutinizing, he is suspicious about a matter that merits belief. So for the wise, they have 4 qualities also. So what are the 4? So for the wise, having investigated and scrutinized, he speaks praise of one who deserves praise. Number 2, having investigated and scrutinized, he speaks dispraise of dispraise. Number 3, having investigated and scrutinized, he is suspicious about a matter that merits suspicion. Number 4, having investigated and scrutinized, he believes a matter that deserves beliefs. Right? So, when we read this sutta, we know about the difference between the wise and the fool. But what is the critical thing? The critical thing is investigating and scrutinizing. So just want to bring up how many times in our lives have we mistakenly blamed others or have a misunderstanding with others because of not investigating or not knowing or not understanding the whole issue in depth before coming to our conclusions. So many of the times we were too quick to judge, isn't that so? So for one who is too quick to judge, if he judges without investigating and scrutinizing, then it is considered a foolish way, isn't that so? According to this sutta. So I just want to encourage everyone to, before coming to a judgment, before coming to a conclusion about some things, then it is good to investigate and scrutinize. Sometimes ask ourselves, do we really know everything about the matter that is supposed to be known? And if we have done that, and then we make a judgment, ultimately, even if the judgment at a later point of time is considered to be wrong, but at least we have done our best to know the whole extent of the matter at that time. And if we do it this way, at least we have no regrets for it, right? Because we passed that judgment based on whatever information you can get during that time, right? I mean, if there's better information, of course, our decision may have changed, but that was all that there is to it at that time. So if we approach things like this, then at least we will live a life without regret. But if we pass judgment without investigating, without scrutinizing, without trying to know all that is relevant, all the information and the data that is relevant to the issue, then we make a judgment, then we can say that it is a foolish way. It is a way of the foolish. And if we do that, then there is a higher chance that we speak praise of one who deserves dispraise. We speak dispraise of one who deserves praise. We believe a matter that merits suspicion, and we may be suspicious about a matter that deserves beliefs. So one story to share with you guys here is a story from my teacher. So during the school days, he was the head prefect, and he was a very strict head prefect. And there was a guy who kept finding trouble with the school rules. Then ultimately, my teacher at that time, being the head prefect, he went to confront him. But still, during that age, during the teenage age, the boy still behaves in a very rebellious way. So he asked him to meet him in the classroom early in the morning the next day, and then he just talked nicely to him. He tries to understand what is going on. So he asked, "What is going on? Why do you behave like this? If you behave like this, what do you think? How can you face your parents?" So the boy gave a very surprising answer. He said that, "I have no father." Oh, then the head prefect was shocked, no? And he was like, "Huh? No father? So what about your family condition? How about your mom? What job is she working?" Then the boy said, "She's a waitress at a nightclub." Oh, so during that time, in Asia, in Southeast Asia, being a waiter or hostess at a nightclub means something else. That means it's pretty complicated. So when the head prefect listened, he heard about this. Instead of anger towards the boy because he was so rebellious, right? He had profound and he had very huge compassion for the boy. And then he tries to encourage him, He says, "Okay, what happened in the previous generation is let's leave it there. Now, please cherish your life. It is not easy for you to have a chance to come and study. Make the best of it. And if you need any help, please let me know. Let's work together like that." So, in thinking that he was rebellious and deliberately breaking the school rules by nature, instead, he had a very understandable reason behind all that behavior in there. So there is a quote from the West. It says that if we understand the story of everyone, there is nobody that we cannot forgive. And in the case, if we look at this from the perspective of Buddhism, actually it is true. Because for the Buddha, who had complete knowledge of everyone, including their past lives, how they become to be this person, how they became to behave like this, so the Buddha had no anger or hatred towards beings. Instead, the Buddha only had immense compassion to help beings get free from suffering. Isn't that so? So that is why whenever make it a habit, I encourage everyone to make it a habit. Before we come to conclusions, ask ourselves one question first. And that is, do we really understand the whole issue? Just ask ourselves this. And if not, then it is time for us to think whether it is necessary for us to continue to investigate, or if it is not necessary, we can leave it. But if it is necessary, then we have to investigate and scrutinize. In this way, then we will be following the ways of the wise, and we will be possessing. We have a higher probability of possessing the 4 qualities that the wise possess. And the wise, having these 4 qualities, they preserve themselves unmaimed and uninjured. They are not blameworthy, they are not subject to reproach, and they generate much merit. So, whatever happens, whether it's between couples, families, relatives, friends, colleagues at work. Seek to understand first before trying to make them understand you. Alright? I think this will be a very suitable way, and we practice this, and if we can practice this will be in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha. Like that, huh? So with this is a dose of Dhamma for today. I wish all of you are peaceful and happy, and may all of you be able to attain path, fruition and Nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.